Hey, and welcome back to another Kendra's Card Challenge Hop. Here's the list of our amazing super sponsors, and today is no different. We are featuring Colorado Craft Company, and I will be featuring sketch number 7. And here's a still photo of what we're working with. So let me start out by explaining the gloves. So I've got some issues with my hands, and so to protect you from seeing them and me from, damaging further, I need to wear gloves. So there's that. So I am working with this adorable stamp set from Colorado Craft Company, and it's called Recharge. And it's got a coordinating die for the 2 scenes, which is super cool. And I'm going to start out, of course, I'm going to need to modify my sketch a little bit because this sketch calls for some extra papers that I won't be using. I've already stamped out the image that I'm going to use with some alcohol marker friendly black ink, and I'm going to go ahead and color this for you. I'm going to color it in high speed, so meanwhile I will talk while you watch. Thank you so much for joining our KCC 14 collaboration. We do appreciate that, and featuring Colorado Craft Company. And our team will be showcasing some of the beautiful stamps made from Colorado Craft Company. And so each one will be different. This is a hop, so we hope that you'll join us for our hop. And I'm just showing you here that I start in with a light color, and I am not trying to do any precise coloring. I'm just blobbing in ink, because that's kind of how a tree looks. Anyway, there is a link down below for the hop playlist so that you can just load up the playlist and relax and enjoy the hop. And just to mention, this is also a giveaway. You can win a digital to giveaway prize from Cards by Kendra. The deadline to enter is May 31st, and there's a link to the form down below that you need to fill out, and you can do it on each hop stop. And just make sure that you're 18 or older and that you follow the YouTube rules. Let me see. The winner will be randomly chosen and announced on the Cards by Kendra community tab. So I'm coloring my cat gray. Okay, he's going to be a gray kitty, and he's going to be in a red hammock. And I am using my, what are these markers? Golly, I guess Spectrum Noir. That's what they are. So I've got that cut and color and cut out, and now I'm going to get out my components. And what I want to do here is create a scene. So I'm making my grass, and I mask it off, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me just clean this up. I'm just going to take my blue pen and just color this in. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a sky. And it's kind of, in my mind, it's a lazy evening sky. So that total piece is 2.5 by 3.5, in case you wondered. And see, what I've done is I've outlined the whole thing in the markers that coordinate with the background. So everything goes nicely together. Now I wouldn't want to do a giant background with that marker because it would empty out my marker, but that little one won't hurt a thing. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these. I'm just going to use regular glue. I hope that if you haven't yet, that you will play along with Kendra's Card Challenge and consider becoming a patron, where there are all kinds of bonus benefits, including a mystery card kit, including a bonus printable, and at varying levels. So yeah, we encourage that. Now I'm going to raise these up a bit, and see what I've done is I've colored the outside with the darkest of the colors along the edges, so that when I lay my little piece on here, I don't have any white borders. And so it all kind of goes together. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. There's one little spot I can see that I missed. But it's kind of fun to do that, and especially the Anita Jerem ones just do not require precise coloring at all. They're meant to be loose. I guess that's the best word I could say for it. So I'll go ahead and glue this down. On the plus side, wearing gloves, I don't necessarily have to wash my hands as much, and that's part of what I'm trying to avoid because of the damage that I've done. And what I did was I pulled off all of my acrylic nails in no nice, neat fashion. So I don't basically have any fingernails. It tears off the top portion of your nail. I give up trying. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be the beautiful fingernail lady, but I hope you guys will just watch me anyway. So I'm just dabbing off some of that glue on my little silicone mat here. That handy little mat comes in handy for all kinds of stuff. I've got all those laid down. I'm just going to get them make sure they're all nice and straight together. And I did use Barely Arts glue, so I have some wiggle room. And this pops it up, but also gives it stability because there's some really tiny parts on there. And you wouldn't really necessarily be able to pop them up with foam tape. They'd have to be kind of abandoned. So this is nice and sturdy. And so now everything matches, so I can go ahead and put things together. And then, so on the card sketch, it's a little bit different because these are 4 pieces total. I'm just making one long strip, just like that, and then I will glue my my scene over top of it. So remember that these sketches are a jump off point. You go where you need to go with it to make it fit your needs. And for me, I needed to stamp out this little scene, and I just like the way it fit here. So I just grabbed some of my favorite pattern papers and started chopping away. And I'm going to just get this glued down to the middle. And we'll pop that up as well. No, we won't pop that up. We'll pop the scenery up a little bit, just with some extra paper so that it all sits evenly. And I'm just trying to get this centered here. Things in the middle isn't always my strong point. Okay, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using some of the scraps from the cutouts that I did here to help raise that up. So you see I've cut them apart, and I'm just going to put 2 on either side here and then glue it all down. So they don't have to be perfect, they just need to be the same. They can't be any longer than the piece that you're trying to bridge over, I guess would be the best words. I'm just going to flip it over, and in one piece I've got 2 little pieces. I'll have to add an extra one because I feel like I need that extra stability. There we go. There's one. And nobody's ever going to see these, so it doesn't really matter if they're square or not. No different with or without my gloves. I sometimes can't pick up pieces of paper. I don't have the dexterity in my hands anymore. Ugh, don't get old. Okay, let's trim that off. That might be a little too long. Oh, I lost my gluey. There we go. A little more glue. And then we'll lay it on there and make sure that I've got a good distance there. So it has only popped up a little, perfect for mailing. And so I end up gluing this just in the middle, and I forget to glue the top and bottom, but I do complete that later because I notice it later. I'm just going to kind of hold it there until it's steady. Make sure everything's all nice and even on either side. This paper's a little bit funny because it's straight lines but not straight lines, and so sometimes it's hard to line things up looking at it. So here's my little cat in the hammock. Boy, don't I wish. Need a lakeside scene here, or an oceanside, or a riverside, or a mountainside, anywhere. There we go, all relaxed and chill. And off camera, I colored the little bird yellow. I forgot to color it when we were coloring earlier. And just make sure this is nice and steady on there. Put my glue away so it doesn't clog up on me. Only have one last thing to do, and that is to get the little circle that's in the sketch, only I'm not going to use a circle, I'm going to use an oval. And I'm going to stamp out one of the words. So see how we have a circle there? I'm not going that way. Nope. I think I'm going to do recharge. There's some really cute sentiments in here. And I'll probably put one of them on the inside as well before I send it, but I tend to leave them blank until I'm ready to send them. So there it is. I stamped that out, and then I used the tops of the trees to kind of color in the little excess there because it was just a little too white for me, and that's the finished card. So I hope you like this video. I hope you're inspired by it, and I hope that you will consider shopping, and here's some still photos of my image. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.